list I just made. We're just gonna go ahead and start with which characters I think are the best in general. Starting off default. Default character is definitely the worst. There just has nothing to it. Even Jump Toki is better. Alright, Foxo. Overall, this character really ain't that good. Its Tree Stomp isn't that good. Its Shadow Clone really isn't that good. Its Sprint doesn't have a block like Kylio. Kylio's just upgrade. And this character is extremely mid until you get the fourth option, which overall, if the last ability kind of carries, then it's not that good. For bosses, you know what? I wish I could put in the middle. I'll give it a B, just because in general, not just the normal gameplay, Foxo is very good on the bosses, and will probably dominate the bosses in the future. Alright, Gazo. I'll put Messy. The thing is, overall, Gazo is good. His phase dash tech, being able to teleport in front of someone and just instantly clash them, especially in 1v1, is very powerful. Not many people know it, and you could just counter it by simply not letting them have that distance closer, like staying close to the enemy. Overall, his abilities are just okay. His fourth one doesn't really like bait anyone out. The portal one, and just blind everything's okay. I wish I could put this one in the middle too, but I'm leaning more to C. Alright, Jump Toki. Now for gameplay wise, it's a D, but money wise, Jump Toki's probably an S. So like, to balance that out, I want to put it at B, but we're just gonna pretend like not money wise, we'll put it at B. Kamy? Kamy's very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. Probably gonna put Kamy at S or A. I'm trying to think. His 4 abilities. That's all. Honestly, I'll put him at A. Yeah, I'm like in between these two again. Kamy's really good, especially his instant travel. If you time it just well, you can just instantly hit the opponent. Not many people know that. Death Ball is also really good if you freeze in front of them. But overall, the thing is with Kamy is that his Ki Blast and Death Ball can be countered if you're good enough. And his teleport can really mess you up, and he can just like block bait you by Dragon Rushing away. But that said, you still can beat that. Kylio, S tier. Kylio, I do believe, to be one of the best perks in the game. He technically has 4 blocks if it's not a 1-on-1, and if it's 1-on-1, technically 3, because of those. Zap Freeze is good for offense, even though it barely ever works on pro players. His Godspeed is insanely good, having a block and being able to clash that easily. It just like negates the downside of having to be block baited. And then Assassin Invisibility is also really good. It's just overall he's good. He doesn't have many tools to kill except clashing if you could counter his Zap Freeze, but that still makes him very good. Kjun, I'm gonna have to give it A tier. His block, his I forgot what it's called, his like jump thing that gives you a block. It's not the best, but if you learn the timing and can time his block, it actually just becomes pretty decent. His wall, his cursed wall, whatever, it's actually pretty good throwing people off. It doesn't always work, but you can get creative, like throw it sideways and whatnot, and try to bounce that off that, even though that is a high skill cap. But he really shines in his Chain Spear and sometimes his handgun. Chain Spear is just OP, especially against characters with low blocks, like Luffy, who only has 1 block. Once you get that block out, boom. Alright, next is Luffy, or Lufus. 100% S tier. It's probably gonna be controversial, but I used to think Lufus is pretty bad, but his abilities are actually very, very good. First, I'll explain the first one. His arm stretch thing, I forgot what it's called, you know what I mean? And I'm not being biased, I swear to God. Like, this guy I used to not like because I thought he was bad. I mean Key and Lufus because they are the best. His arm, if you time it just right in a standoff, if there just like makes it almost impossible to hit ball. Just kind of funny because it's like free damage. His second ability, the one that goes in the air, seems kind of useless. I mean, just go in the air. But when there's a lot of players and the ball is fast, it's very helpful to be in the air. Because when you're in the air, there's no bounces, there's no baits, there's no nothing. It's super easy to hit the ball when you're in the air. Especially when you're in pro servers and the ball is just so incredibly fast, and sometimes you just need that space. Its third ability, I like that block because it can be used offensively and defensively. Offensively, if you just want to like kind of hit the ball with your shield and try to bait someone's block out, and it also is block that has 2 hits, so that's good. The only thing bad about Lufus is something only has 2 blocks, one of which being mainly offensively used, which is his extendo arm. And his last ability, Hockey, is actually really good when the ball is fast, as if you time it very well, it's like almost 100% a bait. So Lufus overall is going to be good for getting free damage and overall being good. Of course, it doesn't have the best defensive capabilities, overall it's best. Saitama, Alpha him an A. And let me actually organize this. I think Lufus will try to Kiryu. These are basically tied. Kamy, yeah, this order is good. Okay, Saito is good because he's probably the best character to start off with, as he has really good blocks in the start. You learn blocks very easily. His uppercut's just overall good as a block because it gets the ball out of the way. And then his jump is also good because you just don't really take aggro for that long. And overall, he has a ton of blocks, but his 4th ability really makes him shine, even though he's pretty good at it anyways, as it's really good for baiting the enemy and just confusing them. Because I swear, sometimes people be using that eye click, and I didn't hit it somehow. I think you often do that. Sentu, I'm putting him at B. Sentu's like basically the only use is clashing. I'm gonna be completely honest. Overall, Sentu's good for clashing. But at the moment you find someone who isn't trying to clash you, or they just run away every time, before you can like yellow card them, like for example Luffy just going to air, Saitama, Foxo running away like that, and they realize that you can't just teleport to them, yellow card them, and then use your kick ability to block bait them, which is like what every Sentu main does ever. It's okay after that. He does have 2 blocks, and his dash ability is actually kind of underrated. It has some good usage to it. His yellow card is very good. Can be annoying type. That's Torai. Torai just came out. So I'm not too sure if it's gonna be B or C. Have him unlocked. I would give him the C. His first ability is basically the best ability until you get the 4th, which is kind of annoying. You get 2 blocks, you get 1 block, but you can alternate the version. And I mean, the versions aren't all that different. One lets you go up, one just stays on the ground. The thing is with the block doesn't go forward, and you can't control where it's going, unlike Kiryu's. So that can be very annoying just for both people playing the game, as it's just confusing and not that fun. But his second ability with those ice zone, the second ability with like the ice and fire zone, I don't know, I think the fire zone needs a rework because it just doesn't really do too much, doesn't have much usage. It should make it like disable abilities or something like that. Needs a whole rework. And ice zone's good. I will say Torai can be fun, like putting an ice or fire zone in the middle and everyone's panicking. Yeah, but ice zone's good for pro servers, so that's good. His last ability, you can do those 3 blocks, and the red fire thing is also very good. I would just wish that instead of it being 3 blocks, it was like 1 or 2, and the ability cooldown was faster. Because who needs 3 blocks, bro? Like, if you just need 1 block, what are you gonna do? Block 2 more hits? Why do you need that? And then his other ability, the red fireball, I think the cooldown should stay the same, but it's still a long cooldown just for that. If you like have a perfect sync, so they have to hit the fireball at the same time, it's like a guaranteed hit almost, unless they like somehow split up the ball or click insanely fast. But that doesn't even happen that much, so it really just works on people who aren't used to the character. Yeah, anyways, this is my finalized tier list. As Stevie, I believe is Kiryu at S, Kamy, Kjun, Saito at A, Foxo and Sentu at B, Gazo and Torai at C, Jump Toki is at D, and then default, of course, is F. Also, I should mention, Lufus is also very good with bosses, as some of these other characters are, but Lufus and Foxo are the best. So yeah, if you disagree, or you like want to tell me like why you disagree, be free to. I might have missed like a couple things. Like, you could argue Jump Toki should get S tier because overall, generally, he does give you the most money, of course. But I'm talking like generally like gameplay wise. Not like everything, which would include infects if it was everything. No. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you there. Peace.